strong.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another deck profile. Today we're going to be doing my Liberty Prime Recharge deck profile. Now, I've had this deck since the Fallout Universes Beyond came out. I've had for the longest time it was just a precon, but I finally decided, like what, 3 weeks ago, about a month ago, to make it into an actual deck. Because in itself wasn't the greatest energy deck. It did bring out a bunch of little cool energy cards, but I think there was only a total of 17 cards, I think, that actually made energy counters. I think it was 17 or 14. I know it used far more energy than the deck can produce itself. A little bit annoying. But I still found it fun and I still played it as the precon. But yeah, I decided to finally kind of throw it up in the air, just fucking catch the load of cards, whacked it all together. And a lot of the cards from this actually came from the MH3. In both the main set and in the Energy Commander deck. I do have, well, I say came, a lot of reprints, energy reprint cards that came out in the Energy Commander deck from MH3. MH3 is moderately license free for those who don't know. So, I think we should get straight into the profile. So, here we are. We have Liberty Prime Recharged, 2 colors, blue, red and white. This is the surged foil. If you guys do it, I can barely see it on camera, so we'll just switch it out for the original. There we go. This is easier to read. So it is a 5-drop 8/8 with Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Already mad, but the part of this is it can only attack or block if you spend 2 energy counters. Now, this became quite a pain in the precon because, again, I could not make enough energy counters to get this guy to attack and block multiple times. But the cool thing you can do with Liberty Prime is you can, like, attack with Liberty Prime, pay 2 mana, tap him, then sacrifice another artifact to get 2 energy counters, draw a card. Then you can use those energy counters to pay for the attack costs for Liberty Prime. Like, that itself is cool, but then you have a tapped 8/8 that can't really do anything. And it could just be destroyed, or they could just block it. So yeah, it can be a bit of a pain to play, but if you rack in a bunch load more energy cards, the deck is viable. So I think we should get straight on to that. So we'll get on to the normal, the non-artifact creatures first. So we have a Guide of Soul. This is the new MH3 card that says whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life and a energy counter. This is effectively a Soul's Apprentice, which does the same thing, but it's 1 white to play him. And whenever you attack, you may pay 3 energy counters. If you do, I just drop some cards. Put 3 energy. When you do, put 2 1/1 counters and a fly counter. On target attacking creature, it becomes an angel in addition to its other type. So you can effectively, you have to pay 2 to attack with Prime, but if you then pay the extra 3, you can give this guy could be a 10/10 flying angel robot. It's just kind of funny. So this card is actually really good. I like it a lot. Like, for every time I summon a creature, I get energy. Already perfect, so when I cast Liberty Prime, I have an extra energy. And then, yeah, I'm still running a lot of the Fallout cards in here still. Like, I'm still running a Brotherhood Scribe, Mailcraft, tap, get an energy counter. Actually, I only have 3 or more artifacts on the board. But whenever you get an artifact, whenever you get 1 or more energy counters during your turn, creature you control get +1/+1 to the end of turn. So it does. So again, Liberty comes in. This triggers get an energy counter. This then go. Oh, you got an energy counter. Creature you control get +1/+1. So this is a 9/9. And annoyingly, it doesn't have haste, so you have to wait a turn till you can tap it. An Inspired Inventor, when he enters the battlefield, you choose 1 out of the following 3. You get 3 energy counters. You put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control, and create a 1/1 servo. I myself would prefer to get 3 energy counters because that's kind of like the whole thing of the deck. Next we have from the MH3 Commander deck, Lightning Runner had a nice reprint, and its text is a lot easier to read. If you guys don't know, much older energy cards have, like, for example, when it attacks you get 2 energies, then you may pay 8. Because they used to have, old printings would have like 8 of these energy counter symbols, and it just became a pain trying to count them all while trying to read the effect. But luckily they just say pay 8 energy, and after this there's additional combat. This can be a game winner. There is a few combos in the deck that will allow you to have like additional combats and many combats and infinite robo tokens, which I think is pretty good. A Loyal Apprentice, just so our Liberty Prime has something to sack, like beginning of combat. If you control your commander, you create a 1/1 Thopter. That is sack folder for Liberty Prime, effectively. Then we have Arkham Daggerson. If you guys have seen my Urza deck profile, you guys would have seen this guy before, but I think he's amazing. You can tap him, sack a non-artifact creature. So his wording is very weird. You tap him, target artifact creature's controller sacrifices it. That player must search their library for a non-creature artifact to put onto the battlefield. So his first line of text is a bit tricky. Might not be tricky for some, but for me, who has autism, it is quite a words to understand in my head. But yeah, so effectively I tap him, sack, for example, a Thopter, to then search for any non-artifact creature pop on the battlefield. So Dark Steel Forge, Chroma Memorial, even a Soul Ring if I really want it. Yeah, he's amazing. Most of the time he is the target's for Swords to Plowshare, which is fair enough. So, next we have Padim. Artifacts you control have hexproof. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control the artifact or tied with the highest mana value, you get to draw a card. Roller Rogue. Just because, again, he makes Thopters that can be sackable for Prime. But also I can tap artifacts I control. So I can tap the ones that don't tap to make something unblockable, which is great, because who would not want to hit with an 8/8 Prime or a possible 10/10 Prime? Next we have this little guy. How do you pronounce his name again? Arch something matter. This guy is a pretty old card, but he's really interesting because when he enters, you may return it into a sorcery from your bin to your hand. There are ways in this deck that you can like loop him. So effectively he is a part of an infinite energy loop. Because, well, I think it's him. Is it him and him? I think it's these two also make an infinite energy loop. To be fair, this Guard of Souls is most of the time my key card for an infinite loop. I think I have an infinite loop for robots on my TikTok somewhere. Next, we have a Dr. Madison Lee. Whenever you cast an artifact, gain an energy counter, but then you can tap her to do 3 different effects. So you tap her, pay an energy, target creature gets a +1/+0, trample and haste to the end of turn. Tap her, pay 3, draw a card, tap her, pay 5 and return an artifact from your bin to the battlefield tapped. Now, just seeing this card, its total cost of energy counters is like 9. That's a lot. The deck can barely make like 5. In one turn can barely make 5, but the improvements I made with this deck, you can now make as many as you really need. Joyra, whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. I'm running an entire artifact deck, so I will be drawing a decent amount. Sean, Father of Synths, is actually my favorite card, well, favorite creature in the deck, because whenever you attack, you may create a tapped and attacking token copy of target attacking legendary creature you control, other than Sean. Except it's not legendary and it's a synth artifact creature in addition to its other types. So I just find it funny that I can create a token of Liberty Prime that comes in tapped and attacking, so I don't have to pay the extra energy. And the downside is, if Sean dies, it exiles all of the synth tokens. Well, exiles all synth tokens you control. So if Sean goes, that's pretty much it. My board might be gone, but it's fine, because why would you not use Boots in the deck? The old Swifties or Lightning Greaves. So I guess that's kind of it for the non-artifact creatures. Because I run like a certain amount of non-artifact creatures and then a bunch load of like artifact creatures. So Behemoth Soul for 0, it's a 6/6/6 trample. When it comes in you get 4 energy counters. I think that's pretty decent for a 6-drop. But when he dies, what was so yawny today, Jesus. You may pay an amount of energy counters equal to target. Wait, when he dies, you may pay an amount of energy counters equal to target non-land permanent's mana value. When you do, destroy that target. So, example, I pay 1 mana, pop a Soul Ring. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. That's a waste. That's a waste. Then we are running a Sanctuary bot, so cost 1 less for each creature that's attacking you. It's a 4 colors, 1 white, 4/2/5. 2/5. When a Sanctuary bot enters the battlefield, you get an energy counter for each creature that's attacking you. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 3. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So again, I might not get 3 creatures might not attack me. It might just be 2. I don't think I've ever played him when I got hit by a bunch of creatures. It doesn't like save me. It just, when he comes in, okay, I'll pay, I don't know, 1 because there's 4 creatures attacking me. On the attack, I will play this for 1 white. I'll get 4 energies. I'll then block with this guy. I know you don't tap the block in Magic. You tap with this, block with him, and yeah. So you do get a lot of energy. You can get a lot of energies, but I don't know. It's only just there for a blocker. Having Flash is also pretty decent at least. Now we have Robo Brain, Warmind. So its power is equal to the number of cards in my hand. When it enters the battlefield, you get an amount of energy counters equal to the number of artifact creatures you control. Whenever he attacks, you may pay 3 if you do draw a card. So that itself is already a Dr. Madison, but except tapping you have to attack. They're all maze, so you don't have to pay energy counters, which is kind of nice. And then we have my little robot. Now this, I like this card a lot because it just comes in, get 2 energy counters, 2-drop 2/2, perfect. But whenever an artifact creature you control attacks, you may pay 1 energy. If you do, put of your choice a 1/1 first strike or trample counter on that creature. So you can just start giving your creatures trample whenever an artifact creature you control attacks, so he doesn't have to attack himself. Yeah. Then we get to Rex Cyberhound. When he deals combat damage to a player, you get 2 energy counters, they mill 2. This card is perfect early game because he's a free. You hope that no one has a creature by turn 4, hopefully, maybe, so you can just smack him and at least get 2 energy counters. You may pay 2 and choose target creature in a graveyard, exile it with a brain counter on it, activate only as a sorcery. Rex has all activated abilities of the creatures exiled with brain counters. So I can start exiling mana dorks effectively. Big old mana dorks. I guess we should start getting to the creatures that came out in Modern Horizons 3. So we'll go for Razorfield Ripper. He is a artifact creature in equipment. I almost said enchantment. Equipment. So he has reconfigure. But he is actually part of the I'm gonna cause so much damage. Because whenever he or a creature attacks, you get a energy counter. Then it gets +X/+X till the end turn, where X is the amount of energy counters you have. Its reconfigure cost is either 2 colors or 3 energies. So if you don't have enough mana, or you want to save that mana for something else, you can just pay 3 energies and bam, equip it. The cool thing about these guys, if they're equipped to a guy, they're not a creature, they are just an equipment. When the equipped creature dies though, this pops back on the battlefield as a creature. That's what I really like about reconfigure. They're just not. I'm a huge fan of equipments and a huge fan of equipments. If you guys don't know, huge fan, love them. And yeah, I just think they're great. Next is a Riddlegate Gargoyle. Simple, flying 2/2, 2-drop, ends the battlefield, gain a fat 3 energy counters. Then, whenever you attack, you may pay 2. If you do, target creature gains lifelink to the end of turn. So, Liberty Prime is hitting big, and I'm gaining a bunch of life. And then, because I've also added things of Revelation. Yeah, Revelation. Not Revolution. A 5-drop 4/5 with flying lifelink. That says whenever you gain life, you get that many energy counters. You may pay 1 white and 2 blue. 1 white, 2 blue, tap, pay X energy, and draw X cards. And luckily, that ability can be activated as an instant. It doesn't say activate only as a sorcery, which is really good because you can decide to tap it during your opponent's turn. But yeah, really good, especially with he's on board, because if I'm like hitting, if Liberty Prime hits something for 8, I gain 8 life, and I also gain 8 energy counters too. So in the combat, I've gained at least, I gained a total of about 6 energies, because I had to pay 2 to get it, to allow him to attack at least. Next, still Overseer, just because tap it, puts a 1/1 counter to an artifact creature. Solemn Simulacrum, just because I like lands, and I can sack him to draw a card with Liberty. Reality Chip, because I like to know what's on the top of my library. And if he's equipped, you may cast... you may play lands and cast spells on top of your library. Again, using Urza. Master Transmuter, a 1 blue tap, return an artifact from your battlefield to your hand, and then put an artifact from your hand onto the battlefield. It plays swapsies pretty much, and it's great because I can get rid of like a Thopter. The Thopter fizzles in hand because it's a token, and I'll get to put Darksteel Forge on board. Yeah, and this little goblin, because it makes my artifacts cost 1 less, and it's only a 2-drop. While Foundry Inspector, I think, is Foundry Inspector? Yeah, that says artifacts cost 1 less, but that I think is a 3-drop, or this is a 2-drop. I found this is better, especially, sure, it might be colorless, but blue and red are kind of like the main color in the deck. So yeah. Also, let me know if you prefer these kind of more, because I tend to talk more about the creatures than anything on my profiles. It's just my thoughts and opinions on the cards, really. If you guys prefer like quicker profiles, then do let me know. But if you do enjoy profiles like this where I explain more about the cards, then let me know. Next we go on to the artifacts themselves. So we have Modular, a modular, which whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control, gain energy, counter, pay for, tap, return a creature you control to my hand. So that could be helpful if my, I don't know, if my guys get targeted with Swords of Plowshare, I can just pay for and I'm gonna bounce it back. And the next target is summon they gain energy. Solar Transformer enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy counters. Taps for colorless, or you can tap it, pay energy, and add 1 mana with a color. And now for Aetherworks Marvel, this card got a reprint in the Commander deck from Image 3. So whenever permanent is put into a graveyard, you get an energy counter. You can tap it, pay 6, and look at top 6 cards of your library. You may cast a spell from among them without paying the mana costs. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now, in this build, you can rack up a bunch of energy counters. I think my highest energy counters I've got is like 22, which is perfect because as long as I've got over 10, I should be fine. I should be set because yeah, I have more than enough I need. So paying 6 to just cast a card free from the top 6 of my deck, amazing. It could be this, which is 6 mana. So, Aether's Heart is a 6-drop artifact that, when it or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, instead of getting 1 energy, you get total 2. You may pay 8, exile this, and take an extra turn after this one. I've only ever done the gain an extra turn once, and I'll probably never do that again because I know I just prefer gaining energy counter. I don't really care if I take an extra turn. So I'm thinking about what's that red? I just saw a red kind of thing on the card and then realised that's my camera's light. Yeah, that's my camera's light. I was honestly thought I had red marker pen on my card. Since I do in fact have a red marker right here. Okay. Automated assembly line. Now, whenever one or more artifact creatures you control deal combat out to player gain energy count. This part I don't care about. This part I care about. Pay 3 energy and create a free colorless artifact robot token. Which is one of these. Now, I have in the deck the capability of making infinite Robo tokens with these two and Guide of Souls. If you at least have 3 energies, you can pay 3 with this, create a robot, which then these two go off, saying an artifact into your board, gaining 2 energy. This guy that says, "Ooh, I saw a creature enter, gain energy and gain life." That means you have 3 energies for this again, so you can just constantly keep gaining life and keep getting out little robot tokens. This was a info loop that I actually found by accident. While I was playtesting with the deck, I found it by accident, and yeah. Accidental info loops, pretty much. And now for the last basic energy artifact, we have this. If you gain 1 energy, you gain an additional. You can tap it, draw a card, and activate only if you paid or lost 4 or more energy counters this turn. Probably never going to do that. It doesn't. Losing 4 or pay 4 just to draw a card doesn't seem that great in the long run. Yeah, these are. Oh no, I forgot about one other artifact that gives me an energy counter, and that's. Oh no, 2. Sorry, the T-44 power armor. And the plasma car. When this enters the battlefield, you get an energy counter. So you get 2 energy counters. The equipped creature gets +3/+3 and doesn't untap during the control untap step. That's fine. But boy has vigilance. But at the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay an energy. If you do, untap the equipped creature, then put of your choice a menace, trample, or lifelink counter on it. So that way you can also give Liberty Prime lifelink too. Which then also helps with the Phoenix, the Sphinx of Revelation. Because you gain life, gain that much energy. The Plasma card though gives the equipped creature +1/+1, and whenever it attacks you get 2 whole energy counters. So equip this to Prime, you declare an attack with Prime, this goes, okay, you get 2 energy, Prime that says, oh, yum, nom 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 nom. I can now attack. So yeah, you can get them and then instantly just kind of use them. Then you may pay 2 and choose target creature that's blocking equipped creature, flip a coin. If you win, that creature gets exiled. If you lose, the creature just takes an extra 1 damage. Well, this deals it 1 damage. Yeah, I think it's good. The only issue is I am absolute garbage at coin flipping. Watch. Okay, that wasn't terrible. But I have no idea where that coin went. I have no idea where it went. So yeah, that's kind of it for the energy related artifacts. Now for the non-energy related artifacts, obviously we're running a command deck, so we want a Soul Ring and an Arcane Signet. Pretty simple. And because we're running an artifact deck, you better be running this. It is an Unwinding Clock. The card is amazing because during each player's upkeep, untap. Yeah, because it untaps all artifacts at the beginning of the next untap step. So that's either player's turn. So all my guys are tapped. My opponent then starts his turn. Untap, upkeep. Oh look, your upkeep. I'll untap all my artifacts too. Especially because I'm also running a bunch of artifact lands. My lands are untapping. Panamoricon, this is in the deck, so because I got a lot of creatures that say when I come in, gain an energy, or because a creature came in, gain an energy, and this will kind of gain me additional of those energies. So Panamoricon, amazing. Couldn't you really use it as well in the pre-con, but now that I've upgraded and changed the deck a lot, the cards, I get a lot of energy counts now. Conjurer's Closet just to help with ETBs so I can get more energy cows and more stuff pretty much. Nev Disc is a potential board wipe. I've got some protection in, like, again, I have cards like Darksteel Forge, gives all my artifacts indestructible. I'm also running a few spells to say my creatures gain indestructible. And this kind of sets me up to try and win the game, or try to go for game I should say. Akroma's Memorial. So my creatures have Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample and Haste, protection from red and from black. The only issue with this card is the protection from red. That's the only issue. Because I'm running, it's also a red deck, so it's kind of sucky if I can't like equip Laser Cutter to my commander, because that kind of sucks. But it's fine, because my boy has like First Strike and Flying. We're good with that. And then Swifts, because Hexproof for my non-artifact guys that can't gain Indestructible or Hexproof. Basically, Sean will get this card because I gotta protect Sean. Now for the spells. So, go with instants. We have Swords of Plowshare, Dispatch, Stroke of Midnight. They are my removal white cards. And we have Chaos Warp. So these are all of my removal cards. We got 2 Exiles, Destroy, and I think it's a replacement. I think Chaos Warp is a replacement card because it replaces a card with another card. Then we have Ephemerate. You exile a creature, they return to the battlefield on its control. It's Blink, and then because of Rebound, was it during my upkeep? Yeah, during my upkeep, I can cast a spell by exiling from my bin, so I can blink something out again. This is just to gain additional ETBs effectively. And then we have Unbreakable Formation, creature control gain indestructible, and then if it's my turn, when I cast this card, it puts a 1/1 counter on all my creatures and they gain Vigilance to the end of the turn, just in case someone tries to play an instant board wipe. Then we have Tune a Narrative, a new card from Image 3, draw a card, get 2 energies. Glimmer of Genius, scry 2, draw 2, get 2 energies. Ghostly Flicker, exile 2 target artifact, creatures and all lands. And then it returns to the battlefield under its owner's control. So yeah. Not a lot of people play this card, but I was... what's the word? Suggested. I was suggested by Big Deck Dave. The real old Big Deck Dave. Not to be confused with Big Dick Dave, his alter ego. But yeah, Ghostly Flicker was one that he recommended, and I liked the card a lot. After playing with it for a few games, I'm actually a huge fan of Ghostly Flicker. And then we have Counterspell, just to get rid of problematic counter cards or cards I really don't want to see. And plus, with this card, I get an amount of energy equal to the amount value. So that's it for the instances. Next are the sorceries. So we have Fabricate, search for an artifact, add to your hand. Forging the Anchor, look at the top 5 cards. Reveal any number of artifacts and put them into your hand. And Gamble, to try my luck. My luck isn't very good. If you play D&D with me, you understand that my luck is trash. Brilliant Restoration brings all my artifacts and enchantments from the bin back to the battlefield. And Wake the Past returns all my artifacts to the battlefield, and they also gain haste. So only 5 sorceries in this deck. I didn't feel like I needed much. Most of my spaces went to artifacts. And then for the enchantments, all that glare to make Liberty Prime a bloody massive. Smothering Tithe so I can hopefully never run out of mana. Teleportation Circle to do blink and ETB things. Error of Innovation. Whenever an artifact or an artificer enters the battlefield, I may pay 1. If I do, I get 2 energies. Then I can pay 6, sacrifice this and draw 3 cards. Artificer's class, because the card's dumb and really good for only like, I think it's like under a $5. Really good for under a $5. If you guys don't have one, I recommend buying one. Because level 1, the first artifact spell you cast during each of your turns only costs 1 less. Then to get to level 2 you pay a colorless and a blue. When this card becomes level 2, reveal the top cards of your library until you reveal an artifact card. Then put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Then at level 3, during your end step you may target, in your end step create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. Another Soul Ring, another creature, that's at least one of my artifact creatures at least, or just, yeah, it's just really good. I can even create a token copy of my lands if I really wanted to. And then the last enchantment is Vault 112. So tap up to 1 creature, put a stun counter on it, you gain 2 energy. That happens 1 and 2. The third is you may pay amount of energy. If you paid 1 or more this way, shuffle your library, then exile that many cards on top of your library. You may play cards. You may play 1 of those cards without paying its mana cost. I did this at 6 once. I think, what was it? I think it was the Darksteel Forge I got off on the top. But I don't think I'm ever going to do 6 again, because I didn't like the idea of exiling, especially since one of the exiles was my Smothering Tithes. That hurt me a lot since I was already down on mana, but I couldn't risk just exiling my Darksteel Forge. But I'll most likely only do 2 energies, if I'm perfectly honest. I might just do 2 energies from now on. And now we get to lands. I think there's a total of like 35 lands in here. So we have Power Deport, enter battle for taps to add a colorless, or tap to add a mana of any color, but only to cast artifact spells or activate the abilities of artifacts. And it also has modular 1. And then we have Razor Tide, Rust Veil, and Silver Bluff Bridge. These are the artifact lands that come in tapped and tap for 2 colors. And then we have an Ancient Den, Seed of the Synod, and a Great Furnace, more artifact lands, and then a Darksteel Forge. So that's it for the artifact lands themselves. I think I'm running all the ones I can possibly use that I think aren't hot garbage. So now, again, Commander deck, Command Tower. We're running the blue, red, white Triome, a Mystic Monastery, Dark Waters, I probably butchered that name, Selvan Reef. I don't know, I just play the card because it has a color I can use. Clifftop Retreat, Glacial Fortress, Sulphur Falls. So these are all my like multi-card lands. A lot of them did come in the deck themselves. These were the lands I decided to keep in because, to be honest, all the other lands are kind of bad. I don't like the other lands that came with this deck because at least 2 of them are pay a colorless, add 2 mana. I think those lands are bum. I don't like those lands. We have an Archway of Innovation. Enter the battlefield tapped unless you control an island. You may pay it taps to add a blue, or you can pay a blue, tap it, and the next artifact. The next spell you cast has Improvise, so your artifacts can help So you can tap your artifacts to produce the colors that can help to cast the card. So you gotta pay the... only does it for colors, you can't do it for like colored. Mystic Sanctuary and the battlefield. Tapped unless you control 3 or more islands. When it enters the battlefield untapped, you may put a target instant or sorcery from your graveyard on top of your library. This helps a lot, especially since I am running a bunch of little draw cards. Reliquary Tower to help with hand size. Academy Ruins to put my artifacts back on the top of my library. And then we're running Helios 1, which is an... so it taps for colors, you may pay 1, tap, get energy counter, or pay 3, tap, pay X energy counters, sacrifice Helios 1, and destroy target non-land permanent with mana value X. Activate only as a sorcery. Annoyingly, it can't be X or less, it has to be exact X. And then I'm using a sack land, one of the landscapes from MH1, MH3, which taps for colors, or you can tap, sack, and search for an island, mountain, or plains upon the battlefield tapped. Or you can pay 3 mana for cycling to discard it and draw a card. And then we run basic lands, so we have 4 plains, 5 islands, 4 mountains. These are the original plains from the commander deck, and I think I didn't have to change them. I think they're fine as they are. So yeah, that has been Liberty Prime Recharged. As I said earlier, I enjoy this deck, but I think since I added more entry cards, I'm enjoying the deck a lot more. And yeah. I don't know if I'll ever do an updated profile of Liberty Prime, but if I do, you know where to find it on my channel, of course. So, oh, doggo barking. Okay, who needs a fancy doorbell when you have a dog? It's just an Amazon. Okay, where was I? Sorry, I just had to run down and up the stairs again. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll ever do an updated profile of Liberty Prime, because I kind of doubt we're going to get any new entry cards anytime soon. So, as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get notified when I get updated, or when you get updated, when I upload a new video. And again, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.